Hey, Facebook Live. Today, we are coming from the beach. Today, we are going to talk about the number 5 and 6 things out of 20, a 10-part series that I'm doing on the essential skills that any salesperson should have, and that really any person in life should have, because even when you tell your friend about this TV program you're watching, you are selling them, So, today, we're going to talk about the pain and pleasure principle, as well as how to keep your presentation simple. So the very first thing that I want to talk about is pain and pleasure principle and KISS. KISS meaning keep it simple, stupid. So your presentation have to be we need to get together. Sorry guys to interrupt, but we really need to get together sooner than later, whether it's at Kika on the beach or at our house in Hawaii or wherever, right? Keep it simple. The easiest way to confuse people is to make it too complicated. You don't have to tell people everything. You don't even really have to tell people how your product or service works. What you do need to tell them is what it will do for them and how that will change their lives. Keep it very simple. Complex, I've done a video about this before. You can also find it on my blog. Complexity is the enemy of execution, but really complexity is also the enemy of understanding, and even more the enemy of being convinced this is for me, I should purchase this. So keep it simple. Less is really more. Focus on what's important to your client. Don't try to tell them everything. So if you ask good questions like I've said before, then you will know what is important to your client, and you can then focus on what is important to them and keep your presentation simple. Even if you tell somebody about the movie, for example, just a few bullet points will really get them excited. But if you're going to tell them the whole story, they're going to get bored. Nobody has that long an attention span anymore, and they might not even feel keen to go. So the second thing is the pain and pleasure principle. If you are not taking away their pain by your product or service, they are probably not going to purchase. It's a well-known fact. Tony Robbins talks about it a lot, that people will do things for two reasons. One is to avoid pain, and second one is to gain pleasure. However, the urge to avoid pain is much stronger than the need to gain pleasure, and it's great to have both. So when your client doesn't purchase your product or service, and it is really for them, they need to know the consequences and the pain that goes along with the status quo. They would need to know what pain you can eliminate and take away from them when you offer your product or service to them. And number two, alongside with that, they need to know what pleasure they're going to gain from this, or how much more pleasure they will gain from that. So you always need to find the pain. You can't find the pain without finding a problem. I talked about that in the first blog. The second one is, if you don't ask good questions, you will never know that. So whether you are in network marketing, whether you are selling your neuro-linguistic services like Jane does, like assistant living, personal care for older people that Kana does, you need to show them that what you do is getting rid of their pain, their hassles, their frustrations, and all that stuff, and what pleasure they can get out of working with you or having your product or your service. And then when you're telling them all of that, make it simple. Keep it simple. Keep to the basics. So I hope this gave you great value. And you can find more on my blog, johanmenardi or rugby2.com. A lot of this, although even if you're not a network marketer, you will find very helpful by getting my social media recruiting blueprint. So if you type it in the comments below, or you message me, I'll send you the link to my social media recruiting blueprint. And in that is layered neuro-linguistic programming. It's layered in there the right questions to ask. It's layered how to get a path to the sale. And everything that I'm talking about in this 10-part series is folded into that. So if you want to get that, let me know. I'll send it to you. I'm ready to go jump in the water. Don't know about you. Take care, guys. Aloha and God bless.
You can find more great branding, marketing, and prospecting tips just like these over at johanvanardi.com. And remember to pick up a free copy of his daily 4-step Aloha Laptop Lifestyle cheat sheet. We'll see you over there.